1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I left my home, I was only 13, to a boarding school where they treated me mean. I fought so hard in order to survive. The love of my fist kept me alive. I never failed the test and I passed my exam. I went back to my roots to live with my parents, but my roots weren't there, so I left the sea. I sailed the ocean to find a man in need. That's how I grew up. Believe in yourself when nobody seems to listen. I'm the only one who knows what I can. That's how I grew up. From a boy to a man. So I came to places that I've never been. I saw the prettiest women that I've ever seen. I worked and sweat, but I never got the clap, in spite of all the girls that I hit. Well, after a few years I found the nerve and I got me a girl that I really loved. We got married and we found us a home. And from the moment I knew that I was never alone. That's how I grew up. Believe in yourself when nobody seems to listen. I'm the only one who knows what I can. That's how I grew up. From a boy to a man. So I grew up from a boy to a man, but I needed the things that made me understand creativity in my veins that got me so far. Telling you what I want, I bought myself a guitar. Well, I wrote a few songs with a couple of friends. We were drinking beer and we formed as a band. Before we knew where we were playing in bars and Jug Bros was there. That's how I grew up. Believe in yourself when nobody seems to listen. I'm the only one who knows what I can. That's how I grew up. From a boy to a man. I got a wife and a dog, a guitar and a band. And it seems to me that it wants to be made, that I live the life that I live. And there are things to take and there are things to give. Well, if I wasn't bold, my hair would be gray, but as old as I am, I've got a lot to say. So I sing the songs with my friends. That's how I grew up, from a boy to a man. That's how I grew up. Believe in yourself when nobody seems to listen. I'm the only one who knows what I can. That's how I grew up. From a boy to a man. Well, there are things you do and there are things you don't, and there are things you will and there are things you won't. I was never meant to be a star, but what happened to me that brought me this far. That's how I grew up. Believe in yourself when nobody seems to listen. I'm the only one who knows what I can. That's how I grew up. From a boy to a man. That's how I grew up. Believe in yourself when nobody seems to listen. I'm the only one who knows what I can. That's how I grew up. From a boy to a man. There's a lonesome road deep down in Texas, the one I'm riding on. On this road they don't pay no taxes if you have a horseback and a song. Lonesome road, lonesome road, lonesome road, lonesome road. Lonesome road, lonesome road, if you have a horseback and a song. The road that leads you to the river, ever since a long and forgotten time. And no one to tell you what to do, 'cause this old roadside is mine. Lonesome road, lonesome road, lonesome road, lonesome road, lonesome road, lonesome road, 'cause this old dirt road is mine. How many miles I've been traveling. We've been out here so long. And if this road is never ending, I have a horseback and a song. Lonesome road, lonesome road. Lonesome road, lonesome road. Lonesome road, lonesome road, 'cause this old roadside is mine. Lonesome road, lonesome road. Lonesome road, lonesome road. Lonesome road, lonesome road. Did you have a horseback and a song? Saddled up her big paint sorrel and Nancy looked away, and Nancy looked away. She let the horse rest a couple of times while she was riding through the day. She let the horse rest a couple of times while she was riding through the day. The desert seems to last forever, but the mountains rose ahead. The mountains rose ahead. She tried to remember how long she's been living the life she used to live. She tried to remember how long she's been living the life she used to live. She wandered through the country all the way to Yellowstone, all the way to Yellowstone. Every now and then she met some trappers, but was most of the time alone. Every now and then she met some trappers, but was most of the time alone. When loneliness filled up her heart, her dog was her best pal. Her dog was her best pal. The big dark shepherd who showed the way when she was drunk from here to hell. The big dark shepherd who showed the way when she was drunk from here to hell. She made a little fire to keep her from the cold, to keep her from the cold. There are many who have been frozen to death, at least that's what she's been told. There are many who have been frozen to death, at least that's what she's been told. Town she tried to avoid because she could not hide her shame. She could not hide her shame. She rides with a little provision in her saddleback. Her name is Calamity Jane. She rides with a little provision in her saddleback. Her name is Calamity Jane. Nobody knows what happened to her or saw her back again, or never saw her back again. If you really wanna know, you got to read the book about the story of Calamity Jane. If you really wanna know, you got to read the book about the story of Calamity Jane. Just keep on riding on the beach. I like low tide in the rain, and when I think of you again, I just keep on riding on the beach. I just keep on riding on the beach. I just keep on riding on the beach. I better move on so I can say so long. I keep on riding on the beach. I keep on riding on the beach. I keep on riding on the beach. I hope you don't mind, you see, that I'm taking my aching heart with me. I keep on riding on the beach. I keep on riding on the beach. I keep on riding on the beach. Keep on riding on the beach. I keep on riding on the beach. I keep on riding on the beach. I keep on riding on the beach. shoes on their feet. Daddy was working at the crops on the fields. Daddy was working so hard. She sat down at the kitchen table, didn't know what to do for a start. Sat down, but she wasn't able. Hardly any of them kids had shoes on their feet. Daddy was working at the crops on the field. Daddy was working so hard. She sat down at the kitchen table, didn't know what to do for a start. Wasn't able, hardly any of them kids had shoes on their feet. Daddy was working at the crops on the fields. Daddy was working so hard. She sat down at the kitchen table, didn't know what to do for a start. Down at the kitchen table, 9 kids had to get free. She sat down, but she wasn't able. Hardly any of them kids had shoes on their feet. Daddy was working at the crops on the field. Daddy was working so hard. She sat down at the kitchen table, didn't know what to do for a start. the lies I did not know. To tell you stories which are hard to believe, or came up with things we did not agree. Let me travel my own path this time. I'm the rider dressed in black. I ride through the desert to find my peace of mind. You will see me when I'm back. There have been excuses, pretend that you forget, but there's always the truth, baby, and all the tea in China wouldn't change that. You try to be so honest, act always so kind, but in my perception, baby, you're pursued and colorblind. Let me travel my own path this time. I'm the rider dressed in black. Ride through the desert to find my peace of mind. You will see me when I'm back. I want to widen my vision. I want to get back to the ground. I want to purify my soul. I gotta get out of town. I don't want no gossip. I want to be free. I want nobody to say to me, you're pissing at the wrong tree. Let me travel my own path this time. I'm the rider dressed in black. I ride through the desert to find my peace of mind. You will see me when I'm back. Let me travel my own path this time. I'm the rider dressed in black. I don't have all the answers, but I want to find out for myself. So I have to go out on this journey. When I'm back on this journey, let me travel my own path this time. I'm the rider dressed in black. I ride through the desert to find my peace of mind. You will see me when I'm back. Travel my own path this time. I'm the rider dressed in black. I ride through the desert to find my peace of mind. You will see me when I'm back. Let me travel my own path this time. I'm the rider dressed in black. I ride through the desert to find my peace of mind. You will see me when I'm back. I see so many faces on the street. Souls I like to meet. So many hands I like to shake. you like to me. But be sure I adore. But be sure I adore. Too many drinks at my cost. Too many memories I've lost. Too many broken hearts I left. Too many times accused for theft. But be sure I adore. But be sure I adore. To cry the tears in pain, to love that girl in vain. Only myself to blame. Or did I hide my shame? But be sure I adore. But be sure I adore. It's so plain to see. Christ did not die for me. I gotta find my own way. That's why I'm leaving today. But be sure I adore. But be sure I adore. But be sure I adore.
I'm gonna tell you a story
how I wrecked my life, how I made a fool of myself in front of my wife. I remember the good days, but they are gone. I packed my kids and I said so long. I had to leave you, I had to be so strong. For so many things that went wrong. Well, I cried a bit, I cried a bit, I lied a bit, I lied a bit, I died a bit, I died a bit. Oh, Lord, for you, oh, Lord. Once you were out of sight, I went over the hill. Still you were in my mind, with only my thoughts to kill. I had my future to think of, I had a horizon to see, but I didn't felt myself as a new leaf on a tree. Well, I cried a bit, I cried a bit, I lied a bit, I lied a bit, I died a bit, I died a bit. Oh, I love you. One day I made camp and watched the sunset. The sky was filled with orange light, reflecting the riverbed. Now is the time, still 1,000 miles to go. I have to move on, I've got something to show. That the years have passed, I have to find you. I couldn't get you out of my mind. I've only one thing to do, to prove that I'm a better man, to prove that I wear wrong, to prove that I learned a lot ever since I sat so long, baby. I cried a bit, I cried a bit, I lied a bit, I lied a bit, I died a bit, I died a bit. All over you, all over you, all over you, all over you, all over you. In my hands, slipping through my fingers, standing on the coastline and trying to see the other shore, like staring through an open window as a blind man to the sea. Can I find a road of wandering that brings you back to me? And then raindrops falling on my face, the shadow of a cloud. Cold chills up and down my spine, and my mind is fully down. I see a horse on the horizon, bathing in the sun, her long mane shining in the light, waving as he runs. Velvet grass on the plains, blue skies and thin air. I wish that I could feel your breath, I wish that you were there. And the raindrops falling on my face, in the shadow of a cloud. Cold chills up and down my spine, and my mind is full of down. Looking in a crystal ball to find the source of light. Well, I see the reason, or what's wrong, or what's right. I wish that I could share my life in 1,000 dreams, and then you and I together, baby, we're trying to live as long as we can. And then raindrops falling on my face, in the shadow of a cloud. Cold chills up and down my spine, and my mind is full of down. Well, my mind is full of down. It's full of down. Full of down. It's full of down. Full of down, full of down, it's full of down, it's full of down. Oh yeah. Shadow of a cloud, cold chills up and down my spine, and my mind is full of down. When my mind is full of down. Try to let my spirit make a trip out of life. I wonder if this feeling makes me ready for a jive. I can't see so clearly through the smoke in my eyes. I hope that I got lucky and throwing the finish to a start. Roll the dice, throw them twice. You might get lucky, roll the dice. Roll the dice, throw them twice. You might get lucky, roll the dice. You never knew what comes out of the choices of life. You gotta accept the blues when you think that you're all winning the game, but in fact you lose. Roll the dice, throw them twice. You might get lucky, roll the dice. Roll the dice, throw them twice. You might get lucky. You might get lucky, roll the dice. Throw them twice. You might get lucky, roll the dice. Roll the dice, throw them twice. You might get lucky, roll the dice. Roll the dice, throw them twice. You might get lucky, roll the dice. Roll the dice, throw them twice. You might get lucky, roll the dice.
Sally was wandering along the roadside picking flowers. She was thinking about she would give the flowers. Every now and then she sat down to lay flat with her eyes to the sun. Sally used to have a life of her own. She used to ride with the boys. She had a little Indian pony she called Spot. Because the horse was a Tobiano paint, there's only a few brown marks. One day she and Billy rode up to a small town. A few cabins, a general store, and a saloon. Wasn't much of a town, it doesn't exist anymore. But in these days it was the only town in 1,000,000 square miles. He had ridden for days, so they stopped. Towns could be dangerous, full of losing gamblers, whores, outrange buffalo hunters, and mule skinners, and so it was. Billy was the first one to step in the old Dagger saloon, and Sally followed. The only thing you could get in the old Dagger was moonshine, beer, roast beef, and chilies. In the corner sat an old man picking guitar, more or less out of tune. couple of girls were playing cards, one of them gunslingers, but not for money. The owner had forbidden sporting girls to play for money, except for upstairs. Economics were bad because the buffalo was gone. The girls hadn't hardly enough customers to pay the rent. So the owner couldn't stand that they were losing their git on the table instead of earning it in bed. Anyway, Billy cooled down and the gun sent the girls away. Billy had only a few dollars left, but it wasn't enough. Billy never played fair, but he wasn't a cheat. He saw life as a game. So he gambled his life, but he didn't know it yet. Billy walked in the saloon on a hot and sunny afternoon. Well, Sally was watching the game. What a shame. What a shame. Billy didn't look too canny. The gun I'm drawing one queen of diamonds too many. And Sally was watching the game. What a shame. What a shame. So Billy hit him hard in the face. They were kicking and fighting all over the place, and Sally was watching the game. What a shame. What a shame. And a gunman came up with a knife, and Sally, she fled for Billy's life, while Sally was watching the game. What a shame. What a shame. And she needed only one shell out of a gun to send him to hell. And now Sally was playing the game. What a shame. What a shame. The gun that lay flat on the floor. Billy stumbled to the door. His hands on the grip of a knife between his ribs. Sally buried Billy in a shallow grave. A sign on the sand. Billy the Brave and a flower under his name. He played the game. He played the game. Hey. Sally was wandering along the roadside picking flowers. Let him rest in heaven, at least just before the devil finds out that he is dead. Sitting on my front porch, a cup of coffee in my hand, watching the green grass across the land. It's the best way to forget that last night our drinking bout, as expected, went out of hand. I love to see the country as I lost my city life. I couldn't stand the blast of city crowds. ride to see the horses in the sun or in the rain. It tells me more what life is all about. How fast the wheel of fate is spinning around. Good luck came on my way. The earth is the mother, as the Indians used to say. So I will stay until my dying day. People have their wishes and people have their needs, but people forget most times to take care. It's a good to feel the wind, to see the clouds in the sky. It's good that Mother Nature still be there. And firemen will do best with hand, man's hand. Most selfish creature on God's way. Shouldn't it be better for the whole wide world if he had to stop after the fifth day? How fast the wheel of fate is spinning around. Came on my way. The earth is the mother, as the Indians used to say. So I will stay until my dying day. Until my dying day. How fast the wheel of fate is spinning around. Good luck came on my way. The earth is the mother, as the Indians used to say. So I will stay until my dying day. So I will stay until my dying day.